Hello, how we doing? Gonna be checking out some Red Dead Redemption 2. Do it in 4K, should be able to do it. See how it goes. On my 7800 XT. Gonna play with everything completely maxed. Even advanced settings as well. Or advanced graphics, whatever it's called. So I've got 4K, everything off. I think everything should be ultra. You can get a little bit more frames by dropping, what was it, like reflection quality and shadow quality, I think, but not really ever noticed too much of an improvement, so just leave it as it is for now. And yeah, advanced settings are unlocked, everything should be on here too. So, we'll see how that does. It performs similar to the 6800 XT Lark, so I mean, it's all really very similar in that area. Even to the 6750 XT, I mean, it's all pretty similar. In the kind of, it really, to be honest, depends what game you're playing. Some games it's better. Some games this card's worse than the 6800 XT. It's not really an exact thing of that it's better or worse. It's really going to depend what game you're playing. Kind of the same with a lot of cards. I think this is probably better 4K. I think overall this card probably does better than the 800 XT, the 6800 XT in 4K, but do I think the 7800 XT is good value? I think it's good for 1440p. I think it's good. I think for 4K I'd probably want to go a bit higher, I would say overall, just because then you'll kind of definitely see where at about 60. You're kind of not really guaranteed 4K performance on this. Like I say, it's going to be depend what game. So for 1440p, it's solid, definitely solid. Eli, hello. It's all right. How about you? So, seem to be in the 60 to 70s. Probably going to dip under. There we go, 58. I imagine in some... We'll check out Centenay. Probably going to dip under 60, I would think. But pretty nice. With everything completely maxed as well. Like, you wouldn't necessarily need to run with advanced settings on. So the fact it can do 64K, but I think you're going to see this with this card. Older games, definitely, I think you'll be alright. Actually, let's run through this town quick. I was going to go to that mission.
Why on earth are you doing? Okay.
4K good performance, yeah. Spider-Man and Miles Morales, though, what about ray tracing? Do you have that off? Because I know ray tracing can be quite tough to run in that game. So I assuming at 4K on that card, it probably doesn't run that great, does it? I assume that's without... You must be running without ray tracing, right? Or using FSR with it. Especially because in Spider-Man, you can get quite good frames when you're up high, but as soon as you go down low into the streets, your FPS drops loads. From what I saw, at least. Yeah, Cyberpunk, you're definitely going to need FSL3 for that on that card, 100%. Depends with, like I say though, ray tracing, that's the kind of deciding factor. If you're using that, you're definitely going to need some sort of upscaling or something. Screen tearing. Switch VSync on. Or G-Sync. Or FreeSync. I don't know what you've got. Yeah, I'm getting a little bit of stuttering here and there. I heard someone shouting help. So yeah, look at my frame time.
Yep.
A little bit stuttery.
Yeah. Easy, easy.
No! Stop jumping over it. I want to go over.
This right.
Why is it stuttery? I think it's just the game. I have this a fair bit, and also it's not an easy game to run, especially on this card. Like I said before, it's not really a complete 4K card, but I have noticed stuttering on this game. I would say I think more noticeably with AMD cards, so it could maybe be a driver thing. It's not terrible, but I've pretty much had it with most of my cards. I think a bit similar to GTA.
Please help.
Hell no.
I need a doctor. You gotta.
30 FPS, yeah. 30 FPS in my opinion though can be quite rough to play permanently at 30. On like a, if you're not on a handheld, I think it's fine on like Steam Deck and stuff, but on like on my 4K monitor at 30 FPS gets quite rough in my opinion to be continually like playing for a long period of time at 30. I think like 40, 45 and above is like okay. But I think as soon as you start getting to 30 and low, I don't know, maybe it's just me. I guess it depends what you're used to. If you're used to playing at 144 and then you go to 30, you probably notice it more. What internet do I have? Virgin Media. Is it set on Vulkan? No, I can't do it. Last time I did it, it bricked my game. And I had to like modify the game files. It broke my game last time I did it. I vowed to never ever do that again. It didn't make any difference either. But I couldn't play the game for like 3 weeks. I had to like manually change the code in the game files. It was an absolute disaster. I did that on my 7900 XT. And it didn't make any performance difference in game either. I was like, I'm never doing that again. So we're in the Saint Denis now, so this is probably going to be where we dip the lowest. Masood, hello. Zero, cool, yo. Vulkan provides less stuttering, not from what I noticed. I didn't really notice any difference with it. It was the same for me when I used it. Apart from that, it crashed my game and I couldn't boot my game for like 3 weeks. Until, like I said, I had to change all these weird game files for it to work. It was kind of weird.
I can't feel it anymore.
Buenos días, señor.
How on earth would it break the game? No idea. Your guess is as good as mine, but I changed it to Vulkan, right? I tested it, played it for a session, and then when I quit the game, I couldn't basically boot the game again. It just wouldn't boot. I would get an error. On every boot, I'd get an error. And I basically had to, it took me ages, I had to
That was startling to say the
look
least.
around online for like 2 or 3 weeks to try and find anything to do. Like, to fix it, and I basically just had to just modify all these game files.
You should not be doing all this.
Only with this card? No, well, it was nothing to do with the GPU. It was just the setting. As soon as I changed the setting, I couldn't boot the game on any card. It bricked my whole game, like all the game files and everything. It broke, I don't know, it just errored. I could never boot it. But like I say, I tested it with Vulkan and it made no, it was the same. So,
A lot of blood loss.
I already tried that.
Infected. I'll save as much as I can, but I'll have to amputate.
What?
And then it was annoying because I couldn't test the game. I literally, my only other option was to
For the pain.
try and buy it again, but I didn't see how that would fix it because I would basically have, there was files on my PC, that was the issue.
I'd suggest
For whatever reason, when I changed to Vulkan, something happened with the
this
files.
won't be pleasant.
That caused an error on my PC, but like, I don't know what it was. I literally tried everything. And the only thing that fixed it was to basically modify all the game files and then leave it in DirectX, and I've just left it like that since. I didn't want to touch it again. I think that guy's getting his arm chopped off. But in my opinion, it's the same thing I have with rebar and stuff. Like, people go mad about how amazing it is, but I honestly have never ever noticed any difference, really. Same with Sam on AMD too. I think it massively depends on what game you're playing, but unless you have it side by side, like you see some videos of side by sides of games with it on and off, and some games it's like 2 FPS, like you're not going to notice. Like, it's, you know, I think it's only really worth it if you maybe see 10 FPS or more. I would say then it's really a benefit, but when you're dealing with like 2 or 3 FPS gain, I really don't think it's irrelevant. But I always have all that stuff on anyway already.
What's gotten into you?
So we dipped down here, I think, till about 55 FPS, I think I saw.
What is the point of this?
Have no issues with Vulkan. Yeah, no, I'm not saying you would. We have different PCs, so it's not going to be the same for both of us. It's something. Just it bricked it on my PC. Like, it could have been absolutely anything. I'm not saying it wouldn't work for anyone else, but we don't have the same PCs, so I would imagine it would probably work differently on yours. Just could be some conflict somewhere. It doesn't do it in other games though. I can use Vulkan in other games. That's why I'm thinking it's nothing to do with that on my PC, because I can use it in other games and it works. Could be maybe, I don't know, I've got it in Rockstar, maybe that makes a difference, I don't know. Something to do with Rockstar game files or something, maybe. There was other people with the issue when I googled it, so I know it's not just me. I'm not in 12 though. I think I'm in 11. Yeah, it's not 12. Where's the setting? Oh, it is 12. Oh, okay, you don't have the... Do I dare do it? Do I dare change it? Do I dare do it? I mean, it'll be fine for this session. If it bricks my thing though, Elon, I'm gonna kick you from the channel. Oh no, because I've got to restart the game. That makes me nervous. I won't be able to start it. I'll do it at the end, because then if it does brick it, then it don't matter. I'm not entirely sure, though, it's definitely DirectX 12, because it doesn't do it this badly on my other cards. DirectX 12 normally stutters once it loads everything in, and then it shouldn't do it anymore. Roblox? I don't have it. Never played it. I think I'm a little bit too old for that game.
Whoa!
Right. Gonna try and find this mission. I'll maybe switch the Vulcan in a little bit, just because if it then does brick my game, then at least I've played for a little bit. I'll just then have to try and fix it again.
Someone's up. We gotta scram. Come on.
Got friends, do you?
But it's not, I wouldn't say the stuttering, it's not really affecting my game. I don't really feel it, you just see it in the frame time. Play Tarkov? Nah. Tarkov in my own personal is like in my top 5 worst games. The game is just not good. I don't like it. And not even just the game, the content, but the performance is horrendous on that game. Like, it's really bad. It doesn't run well, like, on anything. Anything I've ever tested it with, it doesn't run well. Megaplay, hello! What drive have I got it on? SSD. My WD SSD. Remember, hello! Assassin's Creed Mirage? I will play that. It's not out yet, though. I think it comes out in a month. I think it might be 12th of October, maybe, but I will be playing it when it comes out, but it's not out yet.
Bit more, girl. Come on.
What's my favourite game and least favourite game? I have too many games that I really, really like. I don't have like an all-in-all favourite. I really like the Call of Duties, Battlefields. I like this game. GTAs, Assassin's Creeds. Uncharted. Last of Us, I like that. Quite a few games. I don't really know what I would say my most favourite game of all time is. Kind of... It's too many. But I don't know about my least favourite either. I have lots of games that I don't really like. I'm trying to think the games like Tarkov I definitely don't enjoy. Rust, I don't like that game. Thing is with the... There's not really a game that is my least favourite because if I don't like a game, I just don't play it, you know? I don't have time to dislike it because I just don't play it. As soon as I don't like it, I just don't play it. You know? Like Gollum, for example, like, it's not a very good game, but I just don't play it, you know? Alright, 55 here.
There we go.
Shelton, yo! Graphics, like, so good on this game, though. They look so nice. We need that ray tracing update. We'd go from 60 to 10 here.
All I'm saying, something happens, we get split up, we meet there.
Mr. Morgan.
On Gila Dam, all right?
All right.
Yeah, the upscaling in this game isn't really that great. Not even from an FPS point of view, but it messes the image up loads. Like, I always get issues with the trees. The trees look really weird with upscaling.
Well,
And I've had that with FSR and DLSS. Like, in some games, it's just not that great.
What you talking about? Pearson left.
And then I have to reset the game to, like, when I switch it off, it still looks weird. I have to reset the game, you know?
They were running to save themselves. I think Mary Beth left as well. So it goes. They are goddamn cowards, Arthur. Cowards. Of all the time we
So like Far Cry.
Well, I guess they don't
I used to love that game. Far Cry 2. I used to love that game. And I've not really loved any of them since, to be honest.
You ain't doing too well, but
They're just getting a bit... I quite liked 5. Is it 5, the one in America?
we will survive.
6 was alright, but it's just...
Crush us.
They get
I
quite
hope so.
boring.
But if we let Jack and the women free, well then
There
maybe
ain't
we
no
can freedom for no one in this country no more, Arthur.
Mohammed, hello, thanks.
One more big score, we got enough money to leave. All this turmoil has the only...
Arthur dies. What? Oh no! You spoiled it for me,
Don't
no!
know what you're saying, Dutch, but it
I've
seems
completed the game
I've
like
heard it
5
all
times, so...
before. Just one There's always a goddamn train. Arthur, this is different. We know this is full of cash. Army payroll, money and supplies to repair the bridge that you blew. This is all going to plan.
DLSS 3 on it, I haven't, no, but I couldn't...
Uncle Sam.
I'd have to put one of my Nvidia cards in to do that. Does that fully fix... I didn't have a tree shimmering thing, though. It, like...
It sounds wonderful.
It basically made really bad ghosting, I guess, around the
Ain't got much
trees.
to lose, but
It made the trees lose their, like...
and the children, and John and his family. I'm
The,
afraid
the detail on the trees would disappear, and then they would just... It would be ghosting when you're moving.
Kill everyone. John, insist. Yeah. Insist.
3070 for 1440p.
Think it's best. I will see to it.
It'd be alright. I don't know. It depends how much money you're spending. There's probably better options out there now, but I don't know how much it's costing you.
We will survive. We will flourish. We have work to do, my
Like, you'd probably
friends.
get better
Let's go.
value out of some other cards, but
We're gonna borrow a little
it's
money.
going to depend where you live, how
Sam
expensive that is.
Out of his hair once and for all.
How much is it?
He insists upon it. Insists. Let's ride out, gentlemen. Yeah. Let's go. Yeah.
It's used. How much? I mean, it's going to be better than your 3060, but it's not going to be a huge difference. But
Train is due in Saint Denis in an hour.
it'd be better for 1440p. But I just say because there's kind of newer cards, but it depends how much you're spending. There are newer cards, but I mean, if you're getting it used, you're probably getting it quite cheap.
Past Annisburg, waiting down by the river to collect the money.
We sneak on quietly, and then we got a short time to stop the train before it reaches the patrol. John, you go get that dynamite. We'll meet back up.
$260, and you don't want to spend any more than that.
I'll go with him. As you wish.
Come on. It's this way. I hid the wagon down here after we blew the bridge.
This is one big goddamn group of us to be riding back into Saint Denis.
Yeah. I heard the Pinkertons are pretty much taking over Van Horn. What are you doing back there?
Well, oh, I wasn't paying attention. I was trying to look at prices. Sorry, I wasn't looking. I mean, you'd probably be alright. I guess if FSR 3's coming out to all those cards, that'd probably give you a boost. You'll be able to use that, which will give you more FPS. Obviously, the only thing is we don't know yet. We don't really know what it's going to be like. Especially on non-AMD cards.
There'll be a patrol.
Not really sure what that's going to be like.
Waiting down by the river to collect the money.
But yeah, it's... I don't know if you're going to get... I don't know if you don't want to spend any more than that. I don't really know if you're going to get anything. Like the closest thing to that would be probably like a 4060, where you could have DLSS 3, but it's going to cost you more than that. And then I'm trying to think AMD wise. I mean, there's nothing.
Come on, it's this way. I hid the wagon down here after we blew the bridge.
This is one big
I don't think there's anything that you're going to get without spending more money.
Yeah. I heard the Pinkertons have pretty much taken over Van Horn. Moved a whole heap of men in there. Things are closing in fast.
Shit.
But if you're happy to use DLSS and stuff, or even FSR 3, I think you'll have no problem with that.
Should be just through these trees. There it is. I'll get the dynamite.
No.
Is it a good deal? Well, the fact you're trading your 3062, I would say it's not. I would say that doesn't seem like an amazing deal, personally. Because how much is one? You can get a 3070 brand new for... You can get one here brand new for £350.
So are you getting it or not?
And how much would the 3060 be worth? That's... I'm not working in dollars though, that's the only thing, so I don't really know how much that is in pounds. For a 3060, you probably get like 200 quid for that, right? So effectively you're spending almost $500 on that 3070, which to me doesn't sound like a good deal.
Got it.
All right. Let's get this done.
8 gig is not enough. No, it's not, but like I say, unless you're going to unless you can spend more money,
So listen,
you're just going to have to rely on upscaling stuff.
the money,
Like with FSR 3, and if you can use frame generation and stuff on it, the VRAM won't be such an issue. It'll still be a problem, but it won't be as much of a problem as it has been.
Are Abigail and Jack ready to leave?
I think so.
Like for example, look at this game. I'm playing in 4K here. We're only just using 8 gig, and this is native too. So if you played a game at 1440p and you were close to that limit, you could use upscaling, which should take some of that pressure off anyway. You'll be alright for a bit, but definitely in like a couple of years from now, that'll probably be definitely a problem. Like more frequently.
I'll do whatever it takes.
You've always
Last of it, yeah. There are definitely games this year that have used more VRAM, but it's the odd game, you know, it's not every single game yet that'll use more than that at 1440p. Just look at Starfield, for example. We're using like 10 gig at 4K. We're using like 5 gig at 1080p, you know, like even less. So there are definitely games that are super heavy, but then it's going to come down to what you're playing. If you're not playing those games, it's not going to affect you. Can it run Cyberpunk? I already tried it. It can't. No, it can't. It can't do it at 1440p with ray tracing. It needs FSR. It needs FSR Ultra Performance at 1440p, so 4K definitely not.
One last time, gentlemen. I got us a river boat. We'll head up to New York or Chicago and get a real boat from there.
Games like Last of Us, it's not a... Yeah, but I wouldn't base your sole GPU purchase based off like one game. Especially if you don't actually even play that game anyway, it's irrelevant.
Is that okay with you, John?
And even then, if it is an issue, like I say, you can just use upscaling if that becomes a problem.
About as good now as every time I heard it before.
Oh, Abigail must be real excited. All packed up like she is. I could just see her in a little grass skirt.
Don't talk to me, you son of a...
Resident Evil 4, that's at 4K though, 16 gig. That's at 4K ray tracing. Definitely probably going to use over 8 at 1440p with ray tracing on, but you'll just have to use FSR.
Happy memories.
And I even think that was when the game first released. It's probably better now.
All of you. Not much further.
Can this GPU not do it in Cyberpunk? No. Not natively. It can do it can't do path tracing, definitely not. Normal ray tracing, it can play, but we had to have it on. To get 60, we had to have FSR balanced on. So, natively, definitely not. It probably we couldn't even play it at 1080p natively with ray tracing. It can't do it with path tracing. Definitely not. I couldn't even play natively with path tracing. It was like 1 FPS. At 1440p, so... That's why I always say, though, like... If that stuff's important to you, you really have to get an NVIDIA card.
All right.
Because I couldn't... Path tracing on my XTX, I couldn't even play it in 1080p on a 4K card with path tracing. So, like, this card's got no chance.
Here she comes.
My other... You know, my XTX, that's over double the price of this, couldn't even do it.
Should I just sneak on now? God damn it. Well, everybody mount up.
We still going through with this?
Of course we are.
Come on, Arthur!
What's the difference between virtual RAM? Which requires an extra hardware? Ready P, I'm not sure the context. I need more context of what you're trying to do.
You okay?
Yeah.
Money's in the front carriage. We gotta push forwards quickly before we run out of track.
I haven't got any guns.
You're dead. That's it for you. We're gonna make you pay for this.
Son of a bitch got me.
How is it possible for FSR to deliver more performance? Well, it's frame generation. FSR 2 doesn't have frame generation, or what is it called? Frame... Whatever AMD call it, but it's frame generation. Inserts frames between rendered frames. Showed you how to do it in your computer. It never really made any difference. I've never done it. Should ask your friend, no?
This is where you die.
You mean like adding it into storage, I assume? I've never even looked into it.
How you doing there, Arthur?
I'm okay.
Like, what did you do already? Thought it was just a phone thing. A mobile phone thing.
Forward.
You're done for. Go to hell. I'll put you in the ground. You stop.
Put him down. Look out! There's some on the roof.
So much for sneaking on here.
You feel like ditching?
Of course not.
Let's keep moving.
You did, he had no idea. Wait, so the person who told you how to do it had no idea? Wait, how? I've never heard of it being done on... I've never done it on PC. I think I just saw articles on, like, phones. But what did you have to do? What did you do already?
Come on.
Where are Dutch and Micah?
I don't see him.
Like, what is it you're actually trying to accomplish?
Goddamn plan on...
Push up. Push up on him.
Yeah, what I'd personally do with that 3070 situation, I'd probably sell the 3060 by itself.
Don't feel nothing like the old days.
Which would give you like 200 quid, right? And then I'd spend like another 200. If you then spent another 260, which is what you were going to spend anyway, that's almost 500. And you could get a much better card. That's probably what I would do. Use something in the computer storage. Yeah, to be honest, I don't know. If you're on the... drop me a message on the Discord if you're on the Discord. And I could maybe have a look at it. I don't really know enough about it. I was only aware of it being done in phones, I think. Where it uses basically hard drive storage or something like this, doesn't it? But the link for the Discord's in the description, so if you want to drop me a message in there, maybe I could have a look. I've never done it. I've never done it myself, so.
Man the gun, Arthur.
Sure. Well done.
If you exchange for a used 3080, I'd pay an extra 90. Yeah, I mean, that's definitely... I don't know if you were completely against spending any more money, though. I would say that's definitely a better option, 100%. That's going to be better than a 3070. Which model, though? Because there's two, isn't there, of the 3080? Is it 10 and 12 gig?
Take that money. Man the gun, Arthur. I'll go stop the train. Stop the train. Whatever you do, do not stop the train. You secure up ahead, but keep us moving. I'll deal with that patrol when they come through.
Alright, here we go, Gatlin.
I see him.
Look out on the right. You sure you can handle that gun? 'Cause I can't take over if you want.
After this, I'll have a look at FSR as well. Switch that on.
We all got work to
See if we
do on
can
this.
stay above 60.
Look out on the right.
It's not a Gatling gun, what is it? Minigun. Oh.
How the hell did I get settled with you, little lady? Watch your goddamn mouth. Look out on the left. Shoot him again. Watch your right. Look left. Damn it. Wait it.
It's more just like an MG, I guess. And then placed MG. MG42.
Will you shoot him for Christ's sakes? What the hell you
It's a Browning M1917. How do you even know that? I can't get that guy.
We need to go for the money.
Are you American? Because that would explain it.
A damn gun. Come on. We gotta get to the front.
Because us in England over here don't know anything about guns. I ain't got a clue. Although I did fire guns in America, but I still have no idea. It's like when I said... What was it I said before? I said something was like an assault rifle. And, like, people just, like, laying into me because apparently it was... I was like, I don't know, like... Well, I don't know. You know what a Vickers is? No, never heard of that word my entire life. Oh, it does say Gatling gun. It did say Gatling gun, didn't it? It said at the bottom, exit the Gatling gun. So, don't take it out on me. Don't take it out on me. Take that on the game. It's historically not accurate.
Okay, quick. Let's blow a hole. Let's go. The money's in their carriage.
The game's, you know, I'm following the game. You know?
Hurry up, partner. We ain't got a whole lot to...
All right. Guess
What,
I better
what have I got to do?
this thing.
No, I didn't mean to do that. God damn it. Google it. I'm really not too fussed, to be honest.
We need to go for the money.
I'm not that bothered. It just, look, exit the Gatling gun. But to be honest, not really too bothered about the version number of the gun. I think I'll be alright not knowing what the model number is of the weapon, but World War One. Yeah, I've definitely seen those being used in World War One stuff, yeah.
Hurry, Arthur.
What have I got to do?
Alright, guess I better.
Oh, dynamite. I can't see the objective because it's being hidden by the overlay. That'll be why.
Here we go. Okay, stand back.
When did those guns come into it then? Because what year is this game set in? Late 1800s, is it? Or is it early it would be late 1800s. When did those guns come about?
We got something. We got something! Catch! Yeah. Wait, there's more!
Because Gatling guns and stuff were towards the late, like, the late Wild West period, right?
The driver's dead! This thing ain't stopping! We got to get off!
Okay then. Let's
This
go.
is early 1900s, is it? So towards the end of the Wild West.
Jesus. We're alive. Just about.
Gatling, yeah.
Well,
There are Gatlings in this game though, right? Definitely used one.
I tried.
He didn't make
1899 to 19... Yeah, I thought, I figured it's got to be towards the end of the Wild West era because the railroads and stuff
Let's go.
pretty much killed most of the Wild West, right? And there's all railroads and stuff in here. I think at the start of the game it tells you the year, doesn't it? If I remember, I can't remember. Or is that the first game? But then I don't really. It's not. I guess the game in itself is probably not that historically accurate. I guess I don't really know. Like for example, that weapon. You know, I don't know how obsessed with they were getting it exactly. Well, I mean they weren't. They weren't by calling that gun a Gatling gun. They obviously weren't that bothered about being 100% accurate. You're a history nerd, not a gun nut. That's all right.
Safe check. We hid, but they took Abigail.
Who did?
Agent Milton.
So the only guns I really know are like
To be put on a boat
the
and
guns
tried
from
for
like
murder.
Call of Duty, for example, but they're not even called. They're like not even the real names all the time.
Well, sorry, son. Without John, she's just bait. Got a bunch of money, Dutch. She's just a girl. They won't do nothing to her. But me and the boys know. We need to keep riding on this one, Dutch. You know it. Every
Like
man
I know what an
here knows it.
AK-47 would be, you know, like these kind of basic guns, but
What is it?
I guess like a is it a Springfield rifle?
Dutch. It's just
We have that in this, don't we? Winchester rifle.
Micah, it pains me to say it,
Let's know stuff like that.
but he's right.
Touch! Come on, boys.
I know the Browning, but I'm thinking of the Call of Duty 5 World War II Browning, you know? Which I guess is some adaptation of that one.
Let's go get her. You and me is all we need.
You know, years later, 30, 40 years later.
Miss Tilly. Here. Take this. You take this money, too. Take Jack, and you wait at Copperhead Landing for Abigail and Mrs. Adler.
Thank you, Arthur.
You're a good girl. You live a good life now, you hear?
All right, Arthur. I'll miss.
Me too, sweetheart.
Micah.
Me too. Jack, come here. Be brave, son. I'm gonna go get your mama. Mrs. Adler.
Sorry, I don't know Russian. No idea.
If they're putting her on a boat, they'll probably dock at the north end of town.
Can't even guess what that is.
I reckon we should go in the other way.
Sure, I guess. I don't know. God, those goddamn bastards.
Look, just follow me, okay? We're gonna get this done, Arthur.
Give him a haircut. All right, let me just stop here. Let me just go to the barber's right here. All right, where is he? I could have sworn there was a barber around here. Where is it? Is it this way? I could have sworn he was over here somewhere. Right, enough messing around. Couldn't find him. He must not be here on Mondays.
Let's just stick together.
Now he don't care if he orphans his friend's child so long as he gets rich. All his goddamn talk
It
all
does
them
look good,
years.
yeah.
Seems like
Still
it was
looks really
always a
good.
lie. Boy, he went crazy. What a mess.
Sure. Guess he began to believe he was God or something.
I don't know. I'm sorry you got dragged into this.
The lighting as well is
Us.
Listen.
really
if you
nice.
hadn't shown up at my house that night, I'd be dead. And even this bullshit beats dead.
I thought I could find a way to get John, Abigail, and Jack out of this mess. To give them a life. Seems I left it too late.
If we could still get Abigail, maybe her and Jack will be okay.
John, Hosea, Mac, Davy, Jenny, Sean, Lenny. We have to put an end to this. An eagle flies. Another angry fool he used just like he did with the rest of us.
Going near water will
Like I
kill.
said, Arthur,
Yeah, a little bit. It wasn't actually too bad from what I saw earlier.
me and you together. What's left
It
of
dropped a
it?
little bit, but we've not really... I think the lowest we've had is like 55. It's not really dropped too bad. And this is with everything completely
Here we
maxed.
are.
You can get away with dropping some settings, like advanced settings and stuff. You can kind of get rid of a lot of that. A lot of people play with that not even on. So you could definitely easily be pushing 70, 80, probably, no problem. Like, consistently.
How you feeling?
I'm okay.
I think you should cover me and I'll go in there and get her. Cause you're the better shot, I mean.
That ain't what you mean. I can still fight.
I know, Arthur, but just do it.
Have we just gone straight into another mission? I was hoping to whack on FSR. Should I just do that anyway? We're also borderless as well. Sometimes that gives you a little bit less performance, so I'll make sure that's on. Full screen. Maybe that's why we were stuttering. Maybe that wasn't helping.
Get up someplace high, like the
Sometimes that
lighthouse or
messes with
something,
stuff.
and cover me.
I'll see what it's like for a little bit and then switch FSR on in a sec.
Okay.
Get.
So yeah, down by this water here, that doesn't seem to drop FPS much. Long way up.
Okay, Mr. Milton. Where are you? There you are, you bastard.
750 XT supports. It's supposed to support FSR3, yeah, but we're not really sure yet if it's going to be the same performance across all the GPUs. If some are going to be more limited than others, don't really know. I'm almost certain it's not going to run the same. There's just no... It doesn't make sense to me that it could run perfectly the same across everything. Like, is it going to run the same on a 7900 XTX as it would do, say, on a 600 XT, for example? Like, I don't know. Like, we don't really know that until we can test it out, you know? Vice versa, is it going to run as good on an XTX and an AMD card as it would an nvidia card? We're like, we don't really know. Until we can try it.
Go on, Sadie. Keep moving.
Because it's software based, you can do it on both, but whether it'll play the same on both in a game, I don't really know.
That's it. Keep moving.
Oh, what a shot. Oh. Run.
Move, Sadie. Move. Shit.
I can't shoot. Oh. I was about to shoot him between the eyes.
Okay, Mr. Milton. I guess we're gonna have to talk this out like gentlemen.
FSR3 run perfectly fine on the... yeah, that's what I'm talking about, though. When I say FSR3, I'm talking about frame generation. Because the upscaling is just the same, pretty much. The upscaling's like a separate thing. Not a separate, but... For example, DLSS... When people say DLSS 3, they're talking about frame generation. Because what makes it 3 is the upscaling. DLSS 2 upscaling and frame generation together is what makes 3, if that makes sense. They're two separate settings. Upscaling and frame generation. Otherwise, it's just 2. Same with FSR3. Yeah, but we've got this... The thing is like I said, I don't really like to say too much until we've actually tested it, because... we don't know what it's going to perform like between AMD and nvidia cards. Like, it can run supposedly the same on both, but we don't have anti-lag on nvidia cards, so I don't know how that's going to work. We have obviously reflex latency, but I don't see why nvidia would allow you to use that with an AMD software-related frame generation. Doesn't make any sense. Wouldn't expect AMD to not allow the RX to have after all. AMD is not as greedy. Yeah, no, that's not what I'm saying. Like, I think it will be. They've said it's available up to 10 series NVIDIA cards. I'm not saying it wouldn't be available on the 6000 series. I'm saying it might not play the same across every single GPU on the market. That's what I'm saying. And even with NVIDIA, it's not a decision to lock it to one card. Like, DLSS frame generation can only run from 40 series. Like, 30 series doesn't actually have the hardware to do it. So even if they wanted it to work on that, it wouldn't. You could enable it on a 30 series card, but it won't work because it literally doesn't have the hardware to run it. Whereas that's the limitation of having a hardware-related tech. NVIDIA's DLSS is hardware-bound, so you're limited to specific hardware. FSR is software-bound, so like you can do it on anything. If the software can run, you can use it. That's just the limitation. I don't think it's necessarily a greed thing. Like, you literally can't do it. By having it as a hardware thing, there's nothing they can do about that.
Using your strength, Mr. Morgan. You're still a yapping dog, Mr. Milton.
It'll probably be from like every card onwards from now on NVIDIA's will probably have frame generation because they'll put the hardware in there, but anything before it won't because it doesn't have it. It's not like AMD have the benefit of it being software based, so they can add it to everything that's ever existed because it's software. You don't need to go, but you don't need to recall all of your cards and re-add the hardware. You don't need to do that.
Find the horses. We need to get the hell out of here.
What happened to Jack? Where is he? He's fine. Billy's got him. Oh, thank God. Abigail, you ride my...
Yeah, but like I say, I think They're adding it to these other cards too, but then it's not the same. I forget what they call it. They call it something else. And I think what it'll be is like, say for example, on like a AMD 7900 card, it'll be like 4 frames added in between. And then on like the other tier cards, like all the DirectX 11 and 12 games, it'll be less. It might be like 1 or 2, not 4 type thing. But that's what I'm saying though. There's still a lot of unanswered questions about the whole thing. Like, it obviously got released and they said about it, but there's still a lot of information that's kind of not really that clear.
I think so.
More on the right, Arthur. That was close.
If it's just the upscaling thing that's available on 10 series cards, though, that's no different from now.
Stay the hell away from me.
How's that any different from now?
More of them. Go left.
I want my rifle. Can I not use my rifle?
You see any more of them?
No. Oh, wait.
It is just software based, though. That's how they can do it. The frame... What are they calling it? Interpolation. That is software based, so that's how they're able to do it.
I was with Tilly and Jack. It happened
If
so
it was
fast.
hardware based, you wouldn't see it on 6000 series. Same as Nvidia's stuff. That's why you can use FSR on Nvidia cards, but you can't use DLSS on AMD cards. It's because you don't have the hardware on AMD cards.
Arthur, there's
That's
no
why.
time.
That's the difference. But usually what happens in that circumstance is
Where's John?
FSR2 upscaling, for example. Over a majority of games, on average, FSR upscaling looks worse than DLSS. The reason for that is because DLSS is hardware-based, so it generally, things that are hardware-based do run better. There are less issues and stuff. It's easier to
Really sorry.
get a quality of like that. That's why it's going to be interesting to see how frame generation works from a software perspective. Because it's definitely easier to do those things like with a hardware backing as opposed to software, but...
Mrs. Adler will take you to him. But, John, I want you to know this. He loved you. He loved you, and Jack, he did. He wasn't perfect, but he did. Now, you gotta go get that boy. Come on, get out of here.
Arthur, what are you doing?
I gotta go have a little chat before I get much sicker.
Marker.
Don't you owe Arthur me. Neither of you two. Not now. You both know.
Did I have good honor? I didn't check. I was supposed to do this playthrough with good honor, wasn't I?
You're good women. Good people. The best. You go get that boy. There'll be time for sorrow later.
If you're headed back there, Arthur, take this. I don't need it anymore.
What's that?
There's a chest in them caves. In the back to the left. Hidden under a wagon. Dutch's chest. All our money. I know John told you I knew where it was.
Abigail Roberts.
Always was a good thief.
That you was. Go on, get out of here.
Do I use AMD cards for machine learning? No. I would have thought NVIDIA cards. I've never personally used any GPUs for that, but I would say I think probably NVIDIA cards are a bit better for that stuff. I think we had a couple of people in here saying that they use it for that. I can't comment though from personal experience. Software-based upscaler. I don't honestly, actually, I haven't read into it that much on how it's actually working underneath. It's not technically generating frames though. All it's doing is just inserting frames between two rendered frames. All you're doing is just effectively inserting a frame in there.
There's a good man within you.
I'm curious now if you're saying there's no AI stuff in there, how exactly it's
Arrest them with a giant.
generating the image. But this is what I'm saying though, is it's all well and good to say
Really sorry.
you'll get four times as many FPS, but I want to see that, you know? How is that actually running? Claiming it can do that is one thing, but then actually being able to do that is another. Doing all of that with no latency, that seems kind of nuts. Like, DLSS frame generation does 1 frame, and that latency can be quite bad sometimes. So could you imagine doing that 4 times that? It's like pretty nuts thing to do. If they can pull that off and it works flawlessly, then hats off to them.
We already owe more than it's worth.
I just don't want any more folks to die, Dutch.
I think there's music here, but I had to switch it off.
Thank you, fella.
Otherwise I get in trouble.
You know, there ain't enough kindness in this world, that's for sure.
Should we work FSR on now? Felt like a little bit better to me when I put it full screen. It might have been because I had it on borderless. But it might. I might have to switching it off again. Might have to restart my game because it does make the visuals look a bit weird sometimes. So 80 up to 80 FPS now.
Maybe it's a sign, Arthur. Try.
Want to ask you, is the nvidia better than AMD in stream? No, neither one or the other. I think picking either one really depends on what you're going to use it for. There are benefits to both, downsides to both. So if you're looking to pick a GPU, you'll have to let me know specifically what you're interested in.
Get them bags packed up quick, Miss Grimshaw. Come on, all of you.
Well, we're doing our best.
Hurry. We ain't got long. Hurry.
We just
Do you work in game
got
development then?
time, Micah.
Lock?
We all need to have a little chat.
Black Lung, you're back. Hooray.
I just saw Agent Milton, Dutch. Abigail shot him. She's okay. Not that you care too much about that. You rats. All of you. Seems old Micah was pretty close with Milton.
What the hell are you talking about, cowpoke?
You talked.
That's a goddamn lie.
Dutch.
Dutch, think of the future.
Milton told me.
And you believe him, Black Lung? You believe him?
It all makes sense now.
No,
Marker?
it damn well doesn't.
Dutch. Think.
Dutch, be practical now.
Dutch!
John?
You left me! You left me to die!
My boy, I didn't have a choice. John, I didn't have a choice.
Left me!
All of you.
Andrew, it does, yeah.
Now because this is over.
I work with Unity and...
Oh, them
Did you actually do that as a job,
Dutch.
or...?
For this snake.
Oh, be quiet, cowpoke. Be quiet. You live in the clouds.
No, you.
Or it's just like a hobby.
Mr. Bell, and put down your gun.
There's Pinkertons coming, fast!
Now! Who amongst you is with me?
Damn.
And who is betraying me? Well, I'll be here.
Arthur looks so sick. His eyes.
Lying. He's lying.
Put your guns down! God damn it! Move! You ready, John?
Yeah. Everyone
Everyone get down!
This is Agent Ross with the Pinkerton Detective Agency. Put your guns down. Lay down your weapons now. We have you surrounded.
You know, a special developer. I see. That's cool. I used to work with a couple, because I'm a software engineer, I used to work with a couple of people who were software engineers, but they used to be they used to work at game studios. And I know a couple of people who work at, I don't know if you're in the UK, but Unity in Brighton, they have I think it's in Brighton, or it's that way. They have like offices there. Where have I got to go?
Damn it! We gotta go! Come on!
I always thought it'd be cool to get into game development, but for me it's like anything I really enjoy doing, I'm always a bit hesitant to do it for a job, because then it kind of kills the the love for it, you know? Game development is less fun when you've got someone screaming down your neck that it's got to be done by this afternoon, you know?
Keep going!
I had the same thing overall with just software stuff. It's less fun when there's someone screaming at you that you've got to fix the problem in like just quick.
Killed him months ago. Let's go, Arthur.
It kills the joy in it a little bit.
See, you're dead now. Are you all right, Arthur?
I'm with you. Keep going. Stop where you are and put your guns on the ground.
Not say that'll happen to you. I'm not trying to put you off it or anything, but I'm just talking my own personal.
What about the money? It's in here.
There's no time. We'll have to come back. They're right on us, Arthur. Come on. Let's keep moving. Arthur.
It's definitely, I think, a good industry to get into if you can, but I know it can be quite... Like I say, I know a few people who did game development stuff, but the studios, like, if the game's not... If it's not successful or, like, a big franchise, some of the companies, it's tough to survive, you know?
Where are they?
It was Sadie.
But, I mean, you could always end up making your own game in your own bedroom, you know, and then selling it, and that happens plenty of times. End up making a living from just creating your own game.
I want you to not look back. Like I said.
Probably the better way to go.
Arthur, we gotta go. Come on, ride.
Yep.
Pinkerton's coming.
Like Rockstar, yeah. I think if you got offered a job at somewhere like that, somewhere like Rockstar, you just have to take it anyway. Even if you weren't too bothered, it's like, it'd be such good experience. Even if you did it for like a couple of years, like the experience would be crazy. Even if you hated it, I would still do it for a bit, you know?
On the left, Arthur.
And then you could leak GTA 6 to me as well. I could play it early.
There's Pinkertons everywhere. We gotta move.
Right, they're getting the dynamite.
Come on, brother.
Of course I'd leak everything to you, good lad.
Come on. Push,
I wonder how did those leaks, those GTA leaks happen? Is that then from someone inside? I wonder if they ever got caught.
Arthur. Come on, Arthur. Let's go.
Well, what about the money? Abigail gave me the key.
I head down there, I'm dead in 5 minutes. I got a family. That's more important.
Maybe you're right, but...
You want the money? You head down. I gotta go to my family. Arthur.
What do I do here?
Call.
What happens if you do the other option?
I'm coming with you. I'm gonna get you out of this bullshit. If it's the last goddamn thing I do.
Does John die as well if you do the other option? I got good honor. What is my honor looking like? I can't see it. I was trying to do this playthrough with good honor because I always do it with bad. I don't think I've ever done the other. Hitting almost 100 FPS here though. After this mission, I'll do a little run around and we can check it with FSR in the city and stuff. But we should see it hold over 60, I think. About 20 FPS more on average, so should be in like 70 to 80s average, I would say, at least. Man, this pistol is not good. Is this one better?
Let's go! Come on, we need to get going! Alright, Arthur, come on, let's go!
On a 4K 27. It's not too bad. It really depends on what game I think you're playing. Some games look worse with it.
No, I think I've pushed all I can.
Come on.
You go.
We ain't got time for this, not now.
He goes down and have a knife. Oh, I think I have done that actually.
Go.
I think I've done the knife fight thing.
I'll hold them off.
But it's the same either way. No.
Please.
It's happening.
For talk. Go.
Arthur.
Go to your family.
Arthur!
Get the hell out of here and be a goddamn
This is the end. Da, da, da.
You're my brother.
Anyone know that song?
I know.
Who is it?
I know. God damn you bastards!
Have to press Alt. No, I'm on controller. There we go. It wouldn't let me do it. I've got good though. It wouldn't let me do it back there. I think it's just because I was in a bit of a cutscene type thing. That gun is so much better. The other gun just waves around loads. Oh, hell no, bruh.
Rat! You rat! I'm a survivor, Black Lung! A survivor! That's all there is! Living and dying!
Oh. Throw Micro off quick.
Oh, Black Lung! You don't know how much
Oh, so I still got to fight him.
to do this!
Block. Oh, damn. Wait. I'm pressing it. Hey, there we go. Hit him. Throw him off.
This is where it ends for you.
What a scenic fight.
Spineless bastard!
No.
Die! Still got a little fight in you, have you, boy?
What if you were it? What? What does that mean? If I was marker. I'm pressing it. Help me back, bro.
Goddamn traitor! You rat!
Well, if I was Italian, what about it? I'd probably support... Who would I support if I was Italian? I'd probably support Juventus.
Can't you see? I've won. You weak fool!
Block. I'm breaking free.
All there is. Winning and losing.
Yeah, first time I've ever had high honor doing this. I'm using a PS4. I'm using an Xbox controller.
Oh, Black Lung. You ain't gonna reach that gun.
I weirdly prefer the Xbox controller in kind of games like this.
You lost.
I only really use my PS5 one for COD, when I play COD.
You lost. In the end, Market, despite my best efforts to the contrary, it turns out I've won.
I'm more failed at geography? What? How so?
God damn you.
I said I'd support Juventus if I was Italian.
It is over.
The football team.
Arthur. It's over.
You can't tell what the Italian flag is. What? Oh, I can. They're completely different. What?
You know it, and I know it. He's sick. He's dying. He's talking crazy. Up there on the ridge. I gave you all I had.
PS5, yeah. Have you got the Edge? The Pro controller or just the normal one? Arthur, no. No.
Come on. Dutch,
Never going to be able to shave his beard.
let's go, buddy. We made it. We won. Come on. John made it. He's the only one. The rest of us... No. But I tried.
You're at geography. Tell me which flag this is. I'm not seeing the flags. Whatever you're copy and posting, I just get a letter, IE, I see. And I'm assuming that's island then. I don't see a flag. The emoji doesn't work. I see letters, 2 letters, IE, which I guess would be island, maybe.
Come on! Ah!
Correct, mate, it is island. Well, there you go. I didn't even see the flag. Didn't even see... That's how good my geography is. Don't even need to see the flag. Oh, look at this. Arthur, no. Good on her. Shame we don't have the music on, but I assume it's copyrighted because I switched it off. I switched off copyrighted music. Or actually, is it just all together? I mean, it might just be all together. Score, yeah. Because it plays, the issue is it plays copyrighted music alongside normal. Yeah, this is going to be copyrighted. I don't want to get I don't want to have to mute it all again. You got a 1 second snippet there. You got the vibe, you know. I'll sing instead. Country in description is country in Asia that border both Asia and Europe. Turkey.
That was close. Too close. We brought that trouble on ourselves.
By we, you mean me.
It wasn't me who went and shot him.
Seemed like he deserved shooting.
I'm sure he did. But I've been thinking, ain't it about time you stop being the man making them decisions?
I'm trying.
Are you?
I think so.
We gotta find someplace to lay low. Keep quiet.
Maybe Dutch was right. Maybe we should have just gone to Tahiti.
Is that it with you? Tahiti or killing? Come on, John. Please, try.
Try what?
We gotta live somewhere for more than just a few weeks.
Okay. Let's see what we can find in Strawberry. What do you know about Strawberry?
I know they like good, honest, hard-working men a whole lot more than angry killers.
Turkey.
So make yourself good and honest.
I'm always honest.
That's the official name, yeah, but it's called just Turkey in English.
My whole life I've been surrounded by fools with moral codes. Here's the moral code. Look out for folks. Stop trying to act like some hero in a book.
What do you know about heroes and books?
My reading's getting pretty good.
We'll read different books then.
The books is Jack's. And, well...
FSR quality on... Yeah, nice. Without ray tracing, right?
Bad influence on your mother, boy. Boy?
Sorry, sir. What was that?
I said you're a bad influence on your mother. With your books.
It is Turkey, you know.
Books was that?
It's whatever I say it is.
Dime novel, Boy Calloway...
If I want to call it chicken, I will.
Whatever it was.
I'll do my best to find better reading material.
Chicken, turkey...
What do you like then? Western tales? Boy.
What's that?
Salmon, you know, I'll call it whatever I want.
Tales of the Wild West?
Not so much. Anymore. I've been reading about knights.
So yeah, still holding about 70 to 80 FPS it seems. FSR on quality.
What's his name?
There's King Arthur.
Shouldn't hopefully see any
and
dips
there's
below
Sir
60.
Lancelot, and the Lady Guinevere. And a whole lot of others.
Those names.
I kinda like them.
You know what? So do I.
I bet that sign says strawberry, don't it? I got a good
Without rage.
feeling
Yeah,
about
and then
this
hopefully
place.
FSR 3 you'll be able
For a long
to
time.
you'll be able to maybe put it on. Ray tracing on.
What was the point you were making?
I don't think we'll see Cyberpunk though till like well into next year with FSR 3. I know, like, I don't think it officially comes out until beginning of next year, but I think it'll take another
Good, honest work I can find. Grave digging.
3 or 4 months probably to add it, maybe a bit longer.
Or some such.
Me too. See if me and the boy can find some laundry work or something.
Hello, sir.
Okay, you know are worth more than I don't know what that is. Emojis of money I can't actually see.
friends, ain't you, son?
Oh, was it pounds and euros?
Too proud to do nothing. As long as it's honest and it pays.
I think it might be pounds and euros.
Time's hard, Mr.
I can't quite see it, it's so small.
Milton. Jim Milton. Yeah, my wife and I and our boy, we was robbed a few days ago. Lucky to get out with our lives, we was. Now, well, we need money.
There's bad folk out there.
Yeah, tell me about
Got
it.
a wagon by any chance?
Sure.
Well, then maybe you could run some goods up to
Image quality doesn't look too bad for me so far. I didn't have those issues with the trees
right there.
that I've had before.
I don't know where that is, but I'm sure I can find it. I can leave right now if you like.
It's Getty's place. Fine fella. Where's the wagon?
It's just outside. You know, I should go tell my wife, and then I can come back and get loaded.
No, my boys can load you up while you go find your wife.
Okay.
Power usage as well. Actually using quite a lot of power. 275. Didn't really notice that before. I saw our TDP is like 260 or something, isn't it? Something around there.
Thank you, Doctor. Hey, how you getting on?
Well, found some work.
Me too.
Delivering goods out to some ranch.
Cleaning a doctor's surgery.
Fine.
VRAM as well is pretty impressive in this game. Interesting to see if added ray tracing to this. Probably gain more like 2 or 3 gig. Still pretty low.
I'll stay here and get on with the work. You deliver them goods and then collect me.
Image path tracing. Coco, hello.
Don't you forget that.
Ray tracing with ray tracing or path tracing. I mean, for the most part, but the issue is with path tracing at least, can't really test it on both. There's not been a game I've been able to play it on an AMD card really, because the only way I can play it in Cyberpunk is with FSR Ultra Performance, but the image quality is so bad at Ultra Performance, there's no way you can compare. Like, it's horrendous at Ultra Performance. I can't compare like for like, because I can't do it at the same reses. But I would definitely say the performance is probably is way more of an issue than the difference in. That's going to be more your problem than anything else.
Of course.
I always say, with things like that, it's super hard to tell unless you have it side by side. It's like when people say there's difference in color between AMD and nvidia cards in terms of the color in games. The only way to really even see any difference noticeably is to record footage, then have it side by side on the same monitor and actually compare like for like in the same place. Otherwise, you'll never notice. It's so minute, I honestly have never noticed. Seven, 275 is quite a lot for this card, yeah. Because I'll have to check, but I'm pretty sure the TDP is like 260. The 6000 series overall are pretty power hungry, same as the 30 series. I did look this up the other day. It was something weird, like 264 or something like that, wasn't it?
I guess I ain't much of a delivery boy.
263. So it's over.
Oh, and Jim. We go past it and north.
The drivers on this card. They've been alright. I think I only had one issue was... I think it was when I was playing Starfield. I had a driver timeout. Which, I used to have loads on my 6000 series cards, but I haven't had it in a long time. I had it a little bit when the XTX first released. Like this gen first released, but they fixed it. That's probably the first time I've had it. this year, I think, but it did that to me on Starfield. That's probably the only issue I've had recently. (1440p). Well, we're technically rendering. I've got FSR on, so we're technically rendering at 1440p now. Without FSR. It's probably going to make the stream small. I'm pretty sure this game does. It does that. But I'll have to switch back quick. So 1440p native, 80 to 90.
Now we go north.
You're going to probably get dips to probably 70, I would say. Potentially, in some places. That'll probably be the lowest, 70, 75.
This must be it.
Under 7 gig VRAM now as well, so we've lost... Gone the wrong way.
Got some more in you?
We've dropped about 1 gig, haven't we? GRE is good. You can't get that anywhere, though. Can't get it in England. I don't think you can get it in Europe.
No, sir. Mr. Dickens, his overseer.
Jim Milton. I'm delivering some supplies from the store in Strawberry.
Okay.
This is quite a place.
Yes, it's beautiful.
Yeah, I think the drivers on the older cards are definitely ironed out a bit more.
Yeah.
They're obviously a lot older. From my experience, the thing with AMD is they usually do sort the driver stuff out, but it takes longer. Like, if you're buying the cards on release,
My wife.
from my experience, like obviously bought everything pretty much day one when it came out last year. XTX I got day one. There were issues for, I would say, for at least 6 months. You'd maybe face issues with random things before like it gets like catches up, but.
Get the hell out of here. Now, that ain't very neighborly. And threatening us.
Like, we had that
neighborly?
temperature issue for a while that they fixed with the driver. They like undervolted it or something.
Delicious. Oh. When's boss man gonna sell this place, boy?
I had issues with monitors, using multiple monitors.
It's some fine Scotch whiskey.
Don't think you can buy a 700. Well, I thought I read online you could get it in America maybe, but you can't get it anywhere where I am.
We're not wanted. Get down from there. Bye, bud.
Come back here.
Use that horse.
I think it's a bit like the 5600X3D where you can only get it in like certain places. So that's 1440p. You're looking at probably a range between maybe 75 and like 110, something like that, depending on where you are. What about 1080p? Do you want me to look at that as well? Sorry. It's going to look horrendous on stream because it looks horrendous on my 4K monitor, but 1440p and 1080p do not look good on a 4K monitor. Don't gain that much. What, 20, 30 FPS? Maybe a bit more.
Can you catch this feller?
You live in Portugal?
This one's got a stone.
Whereabouts? Lisbon? Or Porto? They're the only two places I know. There's my geography. SpongeBob, I was actually in Ireland not that long ago.
Thank you. Milton, isn't it? Those
3 weeks
boys
ago.
are out of Laramie, work for Mr. Abel. Thank you.
Dutch.
Listen,
Vandalin.
I ain't looking for no charity or nothing.
You better make yourself
serious.
scarce, mate.
You got work? We'll
After
work.
what you just did to me.
can do
What you just did to Arthur.
We got robbed ourselves a few days back.
We ain't got married hands.
Arthur Morgan.
Work harder than any one of them.
He lives.
Real honest. And my wife, even though she's got fancy thoughts, she'll work.
Seem kind of desperate. What trouble you in?
What happened? I saw you,
Trouble, sir. Aside from her brother, he tricked us and
saw
robbed her.
you in your last minutes on the side of that cliff.
We're good people. We'll work. Even Lancelot.
What does Mr. Geddes need with a boy? Just another mouth to feed.
Just please give us a chance. I can handle myself okay, you know that already.
Yeah, makes me wonder just who would have robbed you. But
AMD's driver thermal testing are dependent on RAM timings.
Thank you, Mr. Dickens.
In a way, yeah, but we were talking about the kind of problems I've had, which I don't think are RAM timing related. Like the temperature, the 110 degree temperature issue on AMD cards, I don't think was RAM related. And I've also had I couldn't run multiple monitors either, which I also don't think is RAM related. Well, it wasn't because I used the same RAM and it's fine now. They just had to fix it in the drivers. And just like I say, like with this new card, I had a driver timeout on Starfield. That's probably the only time I've had one though. I'm not entirely sure that's RAM related either, because I've used the same RAM since last October now. So there are definitely, I think the RAM does help, but there are definitely issues. Like I say, on initial release, day one release for like at least 6 months of a brand new card, I would say you run into issues. Less so now. I think it's more with the original generation. So for example, when I got my XTX day one in, when was it? November, December. It was the whole new generation, you know, where now it's like they're still releasing cards of that generation, but most of the problems are fixed, so there's less problems, if you see what I mean. Micah, Lenny, oh my goodness. Party up in here. Alright, so I'm back at 4K native now. Oh, I tell you, that looks a lot better. Look at that light. You've nearly completed Red Dead 2? I've completed it probably 4 or 5 times. It's a good game. Are you enjoying it? Get your ass back. I'm like the sheepdog. Oh my god. Oh no. Alright, run. Not happy. Oh my god. They're getting away. Oh my god, I just let him out. He's actually making a run for it. Oh my god. What have I done?
No.
Hosea, Hosea.
Mr. Geddes, this is the new ranch hand I told you about.
Well, I heard you had some trouble with your welcome, but you kept your nerve and protected my property.
No, it was nothing, sir.
I'm David Geddes. Pleased to meet you.
John, Jim.
Bottlenecked.
Thank you.
It didn't look. I didn't actually notice the GPU usage. It's 100% still, wasn't it? I can check again. I didn't notice it.
You keep, I promise you that.
Kind of sad that AMD would take 6 months.
And you better work extra hard.
Well, it can do. It's kind of a known thing, really, with AMD a little bit. They have a lot smaller. I think they have way less people working on the kind of software driver side of stuff. So oftentimes it can sometimes take longer to fix stuff.
Extra hard.
Same as like it takes sometimes longer for them to patch games, so like they increase performance on cards, but it sometimes takes longer. But I think they just have a smaller team working on it compared with someone like nvidia, because obviously it's a way smaller company overall anyway. So they like have less resources for that, so it makes sense it'd be slightly not like it's not quite as good, but it just takes longer. I think as long as your expectations are within that, I think it's fine. Like if you've bought an AMD card with the expectation of like nvidia driver speed in terms of like the speed in which they fix stuff, like you might be disappointed because it might not necessarily be like that. So I don't think it doesn't look like we're bottlenecked. 100% GPU usage still. I'm only using 20% of the CPU, so it doesn't look like it's bottlenecked to me. We're fully utilized the GPU.
Not discuss this in front of my wife.
Oh, no.
So I can't see anything like that.
Of course, mister.
I don't want to worry her.
Oh, yeah.
Overall, though, this card, I didn't notice in the games I tested it so far, didn't notice insane frames at 1080p. I mean, it's over... It's more than double. It's like 2.5 times my frames from 4K, so it's still quite a lot. If we're at 55 at 4K, it's over 2. Not quite 2.5.
This place is kind of...
It's fine.
Still a decent increase.
Career and branch in by throwing your weight around. Real wise, Jim.
What was I supposed to do? The place was getting robbed.
This card is worse than a 6950 XT. It is, yeah. It's on par really with the 6800 XT. Sometimes better, sometimes worse.
You're done in here. Come on out and lend a hand.
But yeah, it doesn't look like it's bottlenecked to me. We're absolutely capped out at 100%. I'd be expecting to see that dip down a little bit if we had any issue with that. Do I prefer tea or coffee? I don't like either. I don't drink either. I don't like them.
I was going to milk the cows.
Come on, I'll do it.
You are gonna milk the cows?
Sure. Why not?
Oh, I don't know. I thought you was,
I'm a ranch hand. A new one, at that.
When you got here, them hired guns?
I was just getting my wagon back. That's all. Weren't nothing.
Oh, it weren't nothing. It was about time someone stood up to them fellers.
AMD is worth 170 billion. That's not a very good reason. What the hell? What the hell?
You know, up north.
No reason why they can't have more people. Oh no, I think they should invest. I've said before, I think they should invest more money, definitely. But you compare 170 billion, Nvidia's worth over $1 trillion. So like that's the difference.
It ain't as wild as it once were, at least.
Of course, like I've said before quite a few times, I definitely think they should invest more money in those areas. But you know what big corporate companies are like. They're not really that bothered about providing a quicker, you know. Corporate companies' interests are not always in the best interests of the customers, you know. But yeah, just compare that to Nvidia, though. I mean, Nvidia is an absolute monstrosity of valuation market cap. I think it's over $1 trillion now. Is it still over $1 trillion? I think it must be. So that's really the difference I was talking about.
Here's the cows.
You could expect to have more money invested in those things from... Wait, he's got me again. What the hell? Oh, no.
Yeah, we used to have a bunch of women here did most of the milking. Yeah, but most of them drifted off.
Okay.
You fine with milking?
You know,
AMD also trying to compete in more markets. That's true as well, yeah. Even more reason, though, why they should invest more in that stuff, because you've got them fixing stuff for CPUs too. Like, they should really have an even bigger... They should have more people working on stuff like that than like even someone like Nvidia, you know? Left, right. Nvidia have sold more 3060s alone than AMD sold the whole entire 60s. Well, yeah, you can just see by the market share. Nvidia still overwhelmingly have the most market share. of everything, so it wouldn't surprise me that they've sold more.
Sure. Abe, Lancelot.
Well, hey, Lancelot. Hey. We're gonna make a dairy maid of your paw.
Look at the speed. Look at the speed.
I never thought I'd see the day.
Watch and learn, partner.
Come on.
We all got
How
our
about you and the
keep.
boy help me clean out the stables?
Anyone ever done this in real life?
Come on, son.
I think I actually might have done it once on like a school trip as a kid.
12, sir.
Ain't that grand? It's such a fine name.
I like it.
I remember being freaked out by it.
I got imaginative parents, sir.
I can tell. Now, it ain't pleasant work, but it's gotta be done. Mr. Dickens said...
I know what he said. We'll do it. Won't we, boy?
Mm-hmm.
Right, I don't want to get hit by anything from behind. Oh, he's eyeing me up. Don't you dare.
Okay. Well,
Don't
get
you
them
dare.
stalls cleaned out, and I'll see you later. Bye.
Okay.
You milk cows.
Let's just
I don't know. I don't know if that's just a memory. I don't know if that's just an imagination or like... I don't know if I did it, but I think there was some... It wasn't a school trip. It was like... When I was a kid, you used to go on these like week-long trips. Like where you'd go somewhere. And then you'd like be there for a bit. And I went on this one school trip to like... You would live just like... I don't know what time period it was. But like you would live how people would have lived, if that makes sense. I don't know what time period it was we were like living, but like the whole thing is around to do with like history, you know? And I think that might have been when we did it, because that's how people would have like got, you know, milk and stuff. I mean, people still do, that's how we get it now, but they'd have done it themselves, you know? And I'm sure maybe that's what I'm thinking of. That was like a pretty crazy thing to do as a child, but...
You're a long way from Angelo Bronte's mansion now.
Now when I think about that trip as an adult...
Ew. Hold on a moment.
But like, what else would you do on that? I forget what else you'd do.
Stinking piles of...
But you had all people dressed up like...
Got me.
Old school, you know, like olden days. People would be dressed up like that, like the people who work there. What do you call something like that? It's like when I also went to this... When I was learning German at school, I went to this place where you'd basically lived... It was like an indoor... It was like in a warehouse, but it was like... I'm not explaining this very well. There was buildings. There was like a street in a warehouse. So like it was fake buildings. What do you call that? But basically it was a German... The whole thing was German. So like you had to speak German. For like the whole time you were there. It was like a whole German thing. German experience, I guess. When I was doing German at school.
Reckon even your mother
And
would say
like
we're
they had
almost
like
done
shops
here.
and stuff in there, but like you
Finish things
couldn't
up
speak
while they're
English.
checking
You had
on
to speak German.
Okay. Lancelot.
England just being England, exactly. England just doing England things. I kind of miss that, to be honest, because I think there's such a, like, with the English language, you can just go anywhere and just talk, like,
Where's Jack?
even when I went to Germany and I tried to speak German, they knew straight away that I was English and they just talked English, and I was like, oh,
Won't do him no harm.
I'm that bad, am I?
I know.
It's just easier to then
Maybe we can
change to English, you know?
Survive.
I wish
Be
I was
than
better at it.
survive for once. I'm tired of fleeing, John. So, well, you know.
Me too.
He's had his hair cut. It must be by the Forest Barber.
put some coffee on.
They don't sleep with a pillow. Oh. Bad neck. Not even a bit of hay under there.
Yeah, it's me again.
Oh, no Punjabi? No. That's the fenced one. I remember doing that one.
Where are my other hands? Damn it, Abe. Abe?
Mr. Geddes.
You got an answer for me?
Mr. Geddes,
I said, Abe,
Yes, sir.
where are the other hands?
I thought I said I don't rightly know, Mr. Geddes, sir.
Well,
Kaka
what goes that to me?
Pia Ha.
3 horses lost, possibly more, a mare about to foal,
Sir.
and no hands to help with any of it. I'm supposed
Have
to
I played this game before? Yeah, I've completed it 3 or 4 times.
Hey, Pa! Can I get
I'm not even sure what playthrough. This might be my
No,
5th
no,
playthrough now.
You good with horses?
I'm okay. I'll do whatever needs doing, sir.
Good man. Can you help my boy, my youngest Duncan? He will insist on riding Jeremiah, a horse that is far too strong for him. And my wife
Jeremiah.
will help with this mare. Abe?
Sir?
You and Dickens better not make any more mistakes like you did today, you hear?
No, sir.
Thank you. Both of you.
Come on, he's over here.
I'm good. You get on. Go find them horses.
No. I'll show you. I mean, since you showed up, runaway horse has been to some of our problems. And I am thankful for that.
I ain't done too much. I ain't much of a rancher.
Oh, heck. Hey, maybe them Laramie boys weren't so tough after all, huh? Maybe I could have handled them.
Of course you could. They're just loudmouths.
Yeah.
So, is that what the boss is doing in town? Some business with them boys or something?
Oh, when Mr. Geddes goes into town, well, it ain't exactly for,
Teach you Punjabi.
Oh.
What area is that spoken in?
All right. He'll be just at the end there. Well, I better get to.
Thanks.
Like what area of India is that spoken in?
You Duncan? I'm Jim. Jim Milton.
Hey.
Need a hand with that horse?
No.
Whoa. You sure about that?
Look at these visuals here.
I do.
Pretty big one.
That's Jeremiah.
Okay, Jeremiah. There, boy. Oh, hey, easy now. Hey. Come on. Easy, boy. Oh, someone put some onions on their oats, didn't they, boy? Calm down.
Micah? Jeremiah?
Ain't sure he likes any of us, but I'll make him respect me and behave.
How do I calm this horse down?
Teach me how to make him behave same way as he does for you?
I'm supposed to go help your mother. She's got a horse in foal.
That'll take hours.
Won't train
Shut
a
up,
horse
boy.
to Take hours.
Just give me a quick lesson, sir. Please.
Okay. I'm gonna take him out easy there. I'm gonna take him out first. Burn some of this heat off of him.
I'll be in the crowd, man.
There you are.
See, in the distance, though, I'm starting to notice that, right? Look.
Come on.
At the top of my screen, do you see this shadows on the trees? I think that was caused by switching FSR on, and I have to restart the game. Do you see that? Just at the top of the image here, you see it like moving around. You must be able to see that. Don't know if I can see it from the...
Yeah, boy. Yeah, Jeremy.
So I've noticed like things like that sometimes, and you have to switch FSR off to... We don't have it on now, but then you've got to restart the game to get rid of that.
Come on.
Look at
Where's
this.
that big mean horse? some energy?
So yeah, we were saying about water earlier. Look, down to 55 here again at the water. You could turn down they're like water quality or water reflections, is it? Those are two settings, I think. So if we go over here, we can get above 60, and then go as soon as we go to there, it dips.
I need more. Come on. All right, good boy. You ain't gonna give us no trouble now.
Where have I got to take him? Oh.
All right. He's ready for you.
Okay.
Get on up there and go nice and slow.
Don't you dare.
Stay calm.
Me?
The horse. You're calm.
My heart's beating a little.
Keep your voice calm and your legs strong. Don't let old Jeremiah sense fear.
No.
I won't.
He's going to hit me out. He's going to knock me.
Doing fine. Real nice. Not that I'm saying you need one, but you sure there isn't another horse for you to ride around here?
I had a pony, but I'm too grown for him now.
Yeah? You think my son could borrow it?
Damn it. As soon as I look around.
Lancelot?
Yeah.
Sure. I'll get it hitched by your cabin there.
All right. Thank you, son.
Can I ask, are we in trouble from all these Laramie boys? They say Mr. Abel's real rich. Way richer than Pa. And he's got all these
Oh my god.
Laramie, and if
Stop it.
They'll come here and they'll...
Easy there.
Oh my god.
Ouch.
Yeah, but...
No.
Just worry about the horse. Yeah?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to try and get behind the horse.
I think you two might be ready to go
He
out
can't get
without
me.
a chaperone.
Oh, I'm not sure about that.
No.
You're good. Nice and easy now. Both of you.
No.
You, Mr. Milton? I thought you were gonna help me.
I am. I was.
Who's talking to
I'm
me?
sorry.
Come on.
Oh.
I need a man's help. Duncan, what have I told you about distracting the hands?
I'm sorry, Ma.
Well, I hope you'll listen to me better than my...
All right, love.
You're doing fine, kid. Give him a carrot when you put him down.
I can't even attempt to say that.
So, you know much about birthing a foal, Milton?
Not too much.
My God, where does my husband find men like you? Still, we all know where he goes in town, and it ain't hunting for hands. It's not too hard. You just stick a hand in there and get a feeling for where the legs are. Go on.
Whatever you say, ma'am.
Hell nah, bruh.
Okay, now hold on. And pull. Hold. Oh. Okay, well, I think she's...
Yank that.
Well, we're not out of the woods, but I think she may be okay.
The speed.
Great.
We'll make a proper hand of you yet, Mr. Milton.
I hope so.
Thank you. Oh, and Mr. Milton, feel free to make a call at the house sometime.
Is there anything this man can't do?
A drink to toast our new arrival.
I'd like that, but my wife is expecting me back.
Oh, you're married? I didn't know we had any married hands.
Yeah. We have a boy. Maybe you've seen him around?
Oh, I'm busy. Too busy for social calls.
Of course.
Good day, Mr. Milton.
There was a shootout mission, I thought, along here somewhere.
Hey, John.
Jim.
Sorry.
So, this is what you wanted. Fake names. Which,
What do you
by the
want?
way, Dickens sees clean through.
John.
Us on the run.
John, this is our chance to make something new. Come on. Please. For me. For him.
How's he been?
Been kind of withdrawn. Quiet. You know.
Sure.
Take him out, please.
Come on, boy. Let's go for a walk. Come on. Round to the left. What do you see?
Right. I'm gonna have to head off. Unfortunately. How do I save this? I can't save it. Alright, how long's this mission gonna be? Let me ride this quick.
Let's go.
And then I'll have to go.
How you doing?
Fine. Can we go home?
No. You're... Stay calm.
As long as we're not going fishing. If we're going fishing,
Where would you like to go riding?
I'm Alt F4 in that.
I don't know. But maybe that stream?
Good idea.
But it's been pretty good performance overall, really, hasn't it? For the most part, being at least 60.
Come on. You know.
We didn't check out Vulcan, did we? But it's felt better to me.
Confident.
Since we went full screen, it's felt better, so maybe it was because we were in borderless. Like, look how smooth the frame time is here. Seems like it's been a lot better.
Use your legs. There you are. Now let's go. Jack, a little kick and a... See, you can do it.
Oh, I think we race him. Do we race him?
Okay. Whoa! What's happening? Help!
Easy there.
When's the game? Oh, there's still quite a bit left of the game.
Whoa!
Jack!
Let's go too fast.
You okay?
Damn.
Watch your language. You okay?
Yeah, I think so.
You'd know it if you weren't. Get back on.
Okay.
All right. Let's go again.
You guys are so slow.
Why don't we speed it up again?
Okay. Come on.
How long the stream? Like I said, I'll head off after this mission. I've got to go, so... However long this mission is.
Even faster. Come on.
Faster?
We can go even quicker.
If you say so, sir. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not going to tell him to keep going faster, because... It's probably going to kick him off again.
Now really stick your boot in.
If you say so.
Do it slower.
Come on, boy.
See, you can do it. Now, how about you speed up a mite?
Okay. Whoa.
See ya. Do I allow re-upload? No. I mean, YouTube will just flag it anyway if you just re-upload a video.
You think you're ready for a little race?
I'll be fine.
All right. We go back to the path and up to the ranch.
Okay. On my go.
People have tried it, but you just get in trouble. Your channel will get deleted if you do that.
Woohoo!
I've got a racing back, haven't I?
Hey, come back here.
You'll have to catch me.
Your horse is much bigger.
And you're much smaller. Like a jockey.
Can I just cut across here? Have I heard of random gaming? I think I've heard of it.
Come on. Well ridden, son.
You won.
This time.
Whoa.
But we both rode hard. And your riding, it's got a lot better.
Thanks.
Hey, you keep practicing your riding.
Sure.
Do I watch him? No, not really.
Hey. I'll get the coffee on.
Thank you.
I'm headed to work today myself, Jack.
Huh?
So you stay out of trouble.
Where are you working?
I told you. Cleaning at the doctor's office. Bye.
Jeremiah.
Get the place tidy.
Okay, Pa.
Why are they all wet? Why does it look like it's been raining? Right, let me save it now. Right. So we're, well, there it is, 63% through the game, so just over halfway. Main missions though is probably like, what is it, 80 or 90%, something like that. In terms of like, that is the total. There's probably like 10 or 20% of just side missions and stuff, isn't there? But anyway, I'll be back on again tomorrow. I think, I don't know, I might try out Battlefield tomorrow. So I'm going to play Battlefield, or I might try and finish Starfield off with this 7900 XT. If I can tomorrow. But I'll be on about the same time, so if you're around, it'd be cool to check it out. But yeah, have a good evening. Catch you guys tomorrow.